Hey guys, welcome back to Main Street Living. Now, Danielle, you and I both know how much Cheryl is a travel person, right?
Yeah, absolutely. She's a travel bug. We can't get her to stop traveling.
You got that right. Well, if you've done any traveling yourself, then you may feel like you're familiar with some of the world's greatest tourist destinations, whether it's New York, Paris, or even Sydney, Australia. But there's always parts of a city that only the locals really know.
That's right. And our next guest knows a side of Las Vegas that most of the world hasn't discovered and decided to share that story of the thriving local art scene in her documentary, 702 Unstripped. Please welcome Shannon Dorn to Main Street Living. Shannon, thanks so much for making some time for us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
So, you know, you have a variety of talents, but your true love is photography. So, how do you think being a photographer lets you see the world in a different way?
I'm not sure if I see the world in a different way because I guess I don't really know how everybody else sees the world, but I feel as though it gives me a chance to show the world what I see and what I envision. So it's definitely a form of expression and a way for me to show the world what I see versus seeing the world in a different way.
Yeah, well, you say that it's a form of expression, and you've been documenting the Las Vegas art scene with your photos and videos for quite a while now. So, Shannon, how would you describe the art scene in Vegas?
I would describe the art scene as growing. Well, let's see. The art scene here is very vibrant. It's very welcoming. It's a place that has now grown into a lot of like mom and pop shops. There's restaurants, coffee shops, and a lot of art galleries. So it's a place where a lot of locals come to be inspired, to check out local art, to eat delicious food that's by locals that are like born and raised here. So it's a really like small community, welcoming and beautiful little spot in Vegas that is kind of like a gem that a lot of people don't know about quite yet.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that you said born and raised too. I was actually in Las Vegas recently. They have a restaurant called Born and Raised where people who are
Yeah.
from there started it. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
familiar.
like a lot of locals to kind of like try to keep it that vibe.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, of course, you produced a very cool documentary about the history of artists in Las Vegas called 702 Unstripped. Why did you decide to make a film?
Well, I've been part of the art scene since the early 2000s, when it was just kind of like dirt and like galleries kind of scattered throughout. And then we have an art festival that kind of started at the same time called First Friday. And as that grew and people started coming downtown, I saw that there was like a piece of history that kind of needed to be documented. And I knew that we needed to show it before the city kind of like blew up and became bigger than it was. After Zappos kind of took over the art First Friday scene, it started to really like grow. Thousands of people started coming versus hundreds. And so I just saw that like it was like someone needed to like show what it was prior to what it's going to be.
Yeah, yeah. So, I gotta ask, can you elaborate a little bit more on the arts district there in Vegas? Like, where is it, and what will people find there?
Yeah, so the arts district specific is in downtown Las Vegas. It's kind of like near the old Fremont area.
Hmm.
Um, I would say it's like the in between Stratosphere and like Fremont Street is kind of like this own little district of art galleries and all these like skate shops and things like this. So it's kind of right in I call it the heart of the city. Um, yeah, was I
Well, more people need to discover this heart of the city. So, and a great way to do that, obviously, is also you lead bike tours around the arts district. Why is that such a great way to explore the area?
It's a great way because it is quite a distance. They call it the 18B Art District, so it's 18 blocks, which you can totally walk, but in the city where it's hot and it's downtown where there's like some sketchy people. Being on a bike is a little bit safer, and you can like explore the alleyways and all kinds of things that you probably wouldn't want to walk through. Because all the alleyways are like super painted and like cool like photo shoot opportunities and stuff like that. So I guess it's a good way to just explore it on a different like level. and to do it faster than like walking.
Yeah, well, you certainly found a way to take what you've experienced and and give it to the masses with your documentary, right? So, what was the goal of the 702 Unstripped documentary, and how do you feel you achieved it?
The goal was to show the world that art and culture does exist in Las Vegas, and to kind of preserve the history of it, because Vegas is known for non-historic buildings, right? We knock everything down, we build everything anew. So it was like a way for me to like preserve a little history, and just like show the world that we've been here, we're doing it. Come check it out, and then we also want to make it into a docu-series, which is like more current things happening. There's a lot of talent out here, musicians and artists of all kinds, and who really need to like be seen. So like through this documentary, we want to make a docu-series that highlights everyone specific. We interviewed over 75 people. So obviously that's hard to fit into a 2-hour documentary. So we'd like to like, extend on that a little bit.
Nice.
Absolutely. So many artists that have just been inspired by their time in the desert. So not just a bunch of neon signs. How can viewers see your 702 Unstripped documentary?
We will have a new viewing this spring, summer, probably a few months from now, I would say like May, June, downtown Ferguson's. And you can hit up our website, 702unstripped.com. And to stay current on things, 702 Unstripped on Instagram is a good way.
Nice. Well, we certainly do appreciate you stopping by there, Shannon, and sharing that story with us and sharing the documentary. I know it's going to be awesome.
Thanks for having me, you guys.
No problem.
All right. Well, she's inspired me, right? So
Yeah.
we're going to just keep that inspiration train going, because coming up, community college, such a bargain. We're going to head to campus next.